Thanks for joining me today. I gave my Royal Rangers a special assignment to do, and that is to build their own 72-hour emergency hurricane kit for their own homes. And for those who don't know, Royal Rangers is like Boy Scouts, but better, in my opinion. And it's affiliated with my church, which is an Assembly of God church, and also the Church of God. They use Royal Rangers as their boys ministry also. So I gave my boys an assignment to build their own 72-hour kit. So we've been going over this in class. It has to do with their emergency preparedness merit. So I figured that since we live in Florida, the best thing to do here is to have them build an emergency hurricane kit, or the other type of natural disaster we could have here is tornado, which this kit will go right along with that. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you today in this part how to store water, ideas on that, or how to get clean water for your home. Okay, so the first thing we should talk about then is a container to put all your emergency supplies in. And depending on your family, your budget, what you have around the house, that could be as simple as a cardboard box. Okay, you just got to find the right size box that will fit the supplies that you plan to store. When we get into the water, you're going to find that you're not going to be able to fit all your water in here now, because that's going to have to be stored separately if you decide to go that way. But just as simple as a cardboard box is all you need, and store it in a place where you can get to easily. Or you can get one of these, like a Rubbermaid container, okay, that has a lid. This one I forgot to bring the lid up here, but you get the idea. It's got handles on the sides where you can grab it and move it around, okay. Or you could have just simply a backpack or two to put a lot of your supplies in. This is a good option if you decide to evacuate, or you have to backpack out to get out of your area. Let's say you can't drive out. A backpack is a good option, maybe even two backpacks, one for you, one for your other family member, that could carry some of the supplies we're going to talk about other than the water, okay? So that's the three ideas I have for your kit. So a lot of the emergency literature I've read and looked up on the internet, they all seem to say that for survival, you need a gallon of water per person per day, and that's for drinking purposes. Now you might think that's a lot of water just to drink in one day, but you got to remember that if a hurricane comes through and knocks out all the power and the water, there isn't air conditioning for you to stay comfortable and cool. So you're going to be sweating a lot. You're going to be trying to clean up and try to survive, maybe clean some trees up that have fallen so you can get the car out of the garage. So you may very well drink a gallon of water per day easily, okay? So on top of that gallon of water per person per day, they also recommend 2 additional quarts of water for sanitation, for brushing your teeth, for cleaning up, things like that. You're going to need some water to pour in the back of the toilet to flush it every once in a while for sanitation reasons, okay? So that's an additional 2 quarts per person per day. So we're going to use in our numbers figuring up for a family of 4, because that's what a lot of families have. In the numbers that they have in their family are 4 people. So here's some numbers. For a family of 4, you're going to need 6 gallons of water per day to meet this recommendation I just said. So for 72 hours, you're going to need 18 gallons of water for your family at least in order to survive and be able to get by. And that's just for a 3-day period until we're hoping help will come. somebody will bring you water to your location, or you can somehow get out of there and get to a safer location that has what you need. So let me show you some of the options that I have here, starting from the easiest up to more elaborate. Okay, so I'm going to start with just some cases of water. This is 28 bottles per case at 6.9 ounce bottles. Okay, so in order to hold up to that 18 gallons of water or get close to it, you're going to need 5.14 cases for your 3 days that you're without water. So you might as well say 6 cases of water. All right, so what a lot of people I read do is they buy a case of water like this, like however many cases they need, and then throughout the year they normally drink bottled water. So what they do is they rotate their old stock. They use up what they have in their stockpile and then replace it with the new. And with the general consensus I've seen is that bottled water like this, stored, sealed, like this, sealed caps, is good for about a year, and you need to discard it after that. Okay, so here is an option for storing water in your home. If you know the storm's coming, you got time to prepare. Are these blue containers here that you find at Walmart. This one holds 7 gallons. Okay, and what makes them nice is they are really tough plastic. I use these all the time for camping. Whenever I'm staying in the general forest area and I don't have running water there, I take a couple of these with me for my water supply. But what's really cool about them is they have this cap that has this spigot. So you can unscrew this, turn it around on the cap, and then when you screw it back down onto the top, you've got a spout, a way to control how much water you want to use. Okay, so you lose less water by spilling it. Okay, so this is a nice option to have. You would just have to have enough of these to fulfill your family's need for water. And I'm not sure how much these cost at Walmart, but they are very durable. This one's I've had it for at least 6 or 8 years, and it's served me well. So the Aquatainer, or something similar to it, like you find at Walmart. Another way that you can store water in your home is with what's called a water bob. Okay, you can get these on Amazon for about 20 bucks. Okay, the good thing about it is stores up to 100 gallons of fresh drinking water. So let's say the hurricane has been predicted to come your way, or you know that the storm is coming and you have time to prepare. You could take this, and let me see if I can find the pictures here. You put the bladder into your bathtub, you fill it right here in this picture, then you had the full bladder inside your tub ready to go. And it also comes with this nifty pump here. So if you need to fill up like this pitcher here, you can use the red hand pump here to pump water out of the bladder as you need it. And what's good about this is whenever you're preparing for a storm, you may not have time to clean your tub and sanitize it like you need to hold water, like they tell you to do on the news sometimes. So this is a good option. Also, I found that some tub drains don't hold water, so you may spend the whole time sanitizing your tub, getting it ready, fill it up, and then the next morning you wake up and it's drained halfway down, or all of it's gone because the little stopper doesn't work correctly. So this does away with all that problem. Okay, so it's called the Water Bob. Find it on Amazon for $19 and change. I think it even has Prime shipping. Now the last option I want to talk about is filtering your own water. Okay, so maybe that tornado hit and you didn't get a chance to prepare to store some water, or you didn't have any of the cases of water set aside and you need water now. If you got water still coming into your house, even if it's contaminated, you can use a filter kit like this to filter that water. If you have a stream or a lake or a river or some kind of water source near you, you can use a filter like this to clean the water so it's safe for you to drink. This particular filter, it's called the Sawyer. Okay, let me see if I can get a good shot of it there in the box. This is called the all-in-one filter kit. It is a 0.1 micron filter. So if you don't know what that means, it's very, very small. Filters out all the bacteria, protozoa, cysts, all those things. Okay, 99.99999%. And what makes this all-in-one filter kit nice is you can, let's see if I can adjust this camera. You can use the bag that comes with it to gather your dirty water, the water you want to be filtered, attach the filter to it and squeeze it out. It'll also fit water bottle. See that's a sports bottle, or like a 1 liter water bottle. It won't fit the Zephyrhills, the cheap water bottles. I don't know if everybody has Zephyrhills at their store, but that's probably just a local thing. But the cheap water bottles won't fit on there, but the regular smart water bottles and things like that, the nicer ones, they'll fit right on the filter and you can squeeze it out. You can also use a 2 liter bottle, okay, and it hooks to a lot of hydration kits too if you're a hiker. Also, let's say they've told you that the water is compromised coming into your house. It's got an attachment here, and that's included in the kit, that hooks directly to your faucet in your kitchen or whatever, and you can filter the water coming into your home so it's safe for you to drink, so you don't have to boil it. And lastly, which is what I mostly bought this kit for, is it comes with the stuff to drill a hole into a food safe bucket, and then you can fill the bucket with the water you want filtered, and it will filter it. As you can see here, it's kind of hard to see that, but it will filter it by gravity feed. Okay, so I'm going to use this on my next kayak trip on the river, where we camp for 3 days, and I'm just going to get some of the river water into the bucket and hang it from a tree and use and filter it as I need it. Okay, instead of taking so many trips down to the edge of the river, I can cut those in half by using this bucket. So this is called the Sawyer all-in-one filter. There's also other types out there called the Sawyer Mini, but that only comes with a small filter in a bag. The Sawyer all-in-one filter that I have here costs $50. Okay, so it does a lot of things. But if you just wanted to buy the Mini that has the tiny filter and the bag only, it is $20. Okay, and those are all prices off of Amazon. Thanks for joining me today for part 1 of the Royal Ranger Emergency Preparedness Merit and how to build your 72-hour hurricane kit. We covered a lot about water. Water is the most important thing. You can't live long without it, so be prepared. And so the next part 2, we're going to talk about what kind of foods can you put in your kit that are non-perishable. What are some of the good options out there? You know, there's a lot of expensive ones, and there's some ones that are just as good that are inexpensive. So I'm going to show a few of those things to you. So stay tuned for part 2 of this series. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.